In this chapter, we'll be looking at chemical pollution, which is chapter 13. Our main objectives from this chapter is to describe what chemical pollution is and explain the impact of pollution on the cycles. The two cycles in particular we'll be looking at is the carbon cycle and the nitrogen cycle. The big idea to take from this chapter is to be able to explain how anthropogenic, which means human, activities may change the climate. And we also need to look at evidence and be able to evaluate for climate change and look at how technology can be used to reduce the pollution. What is pollution? So pollution is the introduction of harmful substances or products coming into the environment. There are various types of pollution, but the main pollution types are water pollution, air pollution, soil pollution, biological, and nuclear. The key word here, anthropogenic, which means human-caused changes to the climate, which is directly linked to an increase in pollution due to more use of fossil fuels. Here's a picture to show some of the human impacts, such as sewage being pumped back into the sea, factories burning fossil fuels, releasing carbon dioxide or various other chemicals into the atmosphere. This picture shows plastics we use in our everyday lives, which end up in landfill sites. Plastics can take a very long time to decompose, ranging from 10 to 1,000 years. These plastics can get broken down into smaller pieces, known as microplastics, and end up in the sea, leading to further water pollution and harming marine life. Trees can live for hundreds of years, and they can provide scientists with important information about the air quality. Now, scientists can measure the air quality by looking at the shape of the tree rings to predict how the air quality was previously. The size of the ring indicate various factors, such as the amount of carbon dioxide in the air, the moisture levels, and the temperature for a certain period. Scientists can also measure air quality by obtaining ice cores, which are core samples taken from an ice sheet or a mountain glacier. Since the ice core forms the buildup of snowfall over the years, the lower years are older than the top layers, so an ice core can provide scientists with data for a range of years. Scientists can look at what the ice core is made up of and the gases that are trapped within it to predict the planet's atmospheric composition. There is a constant recycling of chemicals within our planet. Microorganisms such as bacteria play a key role in this matter. They break down complex organic molecules and return the elements to the environment so they can be used again. Elements are recycled between biotic and abiotic factors. Abiotic, which means non-living, such as air, water, soil, and rock. Carbon is one of these elements, and so is nitrogen. We will look at the carbon cycle to begin with. Carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is taken into plants through photosynthesis, which is a major factor to the cycle as it fixes carbon dioxide from the atmosphere into organic compounds within plants. These compounds are passed along the food chain via feeding. Respiration from plants and animals puts CO2 back into the atmosphere. These organisms can die, decay, and even the waste traps the carbon within the soil. Fossilization can occur, and the carbon can be stored as fossil fuels such as natural gas, oil, and coal. Factories will use these fossil fuels and through combustion release carbon dioxide back into the atmosphere. Nitrogen cycle. Nitrogen is a very important element in many biological compounds. It's found in DNA, proteins, amino acids, and vitamins and so forth. 78% of the air is nitrogen, but it's unreactive, therefore we rely on bacteria to convert it. Nitrogen gas can be converted into nitrates through a process called nitrogen fixation. Bacteria found in the soil and the roots of leguminous plants carry out this process. These bacteria are known as nitrogen-fixing bacteria. Lightning can also cause nitrogen fixation when it hits the ground. Plants then use the nitrates to make proteins and other substances such as chlorophyll. Animals feed upon the plants and nitrates gets passed along the food chain. These nitrates get put back into soil from animal waste, and death and decay takes place. Decomposing bacteria from the protein in the urea into ammonia. However, ammonia is not suitable for the plants, so nitrifying bacteria converts it to nitrites and then into nitrates. These nitrates can be used again by the plants or turned back into nitrogen gas by another type of bacteria called denitrifying bacteria. There are 4 types of bacteria in total. Can you name all 4 bacteria at different stages? These are the 4 types of bacteria found at the different stages. So we have stage 1, nitrogen fixing, stage 2, decomposing, stage 3, nitrifying, and stage 4, denitrifying. Look at the different types of bacteria and see if you can match it up to its function. The answers are on the next page. Have a go.